Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life. And I've got in front of me the HTC One M8 today, and this is either the unlocked or the developer version. I believe it's the unlocked. Why I'm talking about it though is because HTC announced today that the developer and unlocked editions are receiving Android 5.0.1 Lollipop in an OTA update. And they announced that it was available either at some point today or tonight, and I actually pulled the update this morning, so it should be live for most people if you want to check for that. But what we really wanted to do was walk through Lollipop on an HTC device that's running HTC Sense 6 to show you sort of the differences in how HTC has gone ahead and implemented Lollipop with Sense 6. So again, Sense 6, not Sense 7. Sense 7 will be the big overhaul. It's probably where we're going to see the material design take effect with HTC's design team. Sense 6, this is going to look a lot familiar, very familiar to a lot of you. Except it's going to have some Lollipop features added in. So yeah, we want to do a tour. We've done Lollipop tours with some of the other devices that have received it. So let's dive into this. And so let's start first with motion launch gestures. So those are all there. You know, these swipes with the screen off to get into blink feed and wake the screen and unlock. This one also works, if I can get it to work. I always struggle with this one. Basically turn sideways, hit volume, and launch the camera. So that's there. Not Lollipop features, just wanted to show you that those are still there. If we talk lock screen though, you'll notice the notifications now slightly different. So Lollipop style notifications, you can swipe down and get into them and then interact with them from the lock screen, which is kind of cool. You can obviously swipe those away if you want. If we go ahead and pull down notification bar and get your notifications, that hasn't changed, but the skinning of the whole thing has been changed to a sort of Lollipop style. That sort of two-tiered style rather than the two-page style. So HTC has implemented that, although again, it still looks like Sense 6. So you can even do a two-finger swipe down to get right in there. We'll show you a couple differences though. HTC has the X to get rid of all of your notifications. Google, on the other hand, has a little button that looks like stacked cards being dismissed that will dismiss all of those. There's also a settings button right there. Swipe down, you can get into any of your quick toggles or edit them still. That stuff hasn't really changed. And so that's basically what we're looking at there. They did throw in this cool animation. So if you watch the, well, I don't have any notifications. Let me show you this. It's actually kind of neat. We like animations. So if we swipe down, you watch the X. That will slowly slide away into an edit button. And if we slide back up, that slowly slides away into an X. Anyways, fans of animation will appreciate that. If we jump into settings, not a lot's changed here. Definitely not the look. Still looks like it did. Whoops. And we'll get into that part right there in a second. Still looks like it did previously. There's some new features in there which we'll show you. But first, let's prove to you that this is indeed Android 5.0.1 running Sense 6. So we'll back out. Oops. Back out there. Up top, not a lot's changed up here. Personalize, accounts, and sync. All this stuff hasn't really changed. Security, though, they did add in Smart Lock. So Smart Lock is if you have a Bluetooth paired device and you have a secure lock screen, you can actually use your Bluetooth secure device or your Bluetooth paired device to securely bypass that whenever it's attached. So it's nice that they've tossed that in. Keep scrolling down here, displaying gestures. I will show you. Brightness level. They are still using automatic brightness instead of Google's. I believe it's called adaptive brightness. It's just skipping my mind right now. But they're using automatic brightness still with this device. Obviously your motion launch gestures. Sound and notification. So you do still have a standalone do not disturb mode. I believe that was there previously. You can also silence your phone. They haven't adopted Google's really wonky sort of priority notification sound settings thing that everyone's been complaining about. So that has not changed, which is a good thing for most people. You will see down here, though, you do have notification control, and so you can control individual app notifications. That is a Lollipop feature, which is nice to see. If we keep scrolling through here, so your power settings, these still look like the old power settings to me. Doesn't look like they've fully adopted at least the look and style, you know, which they may not, of Google's new battery settings for Lollipop. If we keep scrolling here, not much else has changed. Still printing stuff, and that's about it in terms of settings. If we go back home, obviously you can still swipe up into Google Now, and that is that Lollipop animation, I believe. So you've got that. Phone, don't believe that's changed. The stock messaging app. the stock browser. None of that stuff's really changed for the most part. Camera UI. But if we do hit the app switcher, this has changed. So this is the Lollipop card app switcher, which you can actually switch out of if you want. Well, first of all, they have included the search bar, which is a stock Android feature in the app switcher now. But you can change this a little bit. So you can you can jump into your running apps quickly if you want to kill things off. But there are also some settings. So if you don't like the card style, you can go back to the old grid style and swipe things away from there. You do lose search functionality, you will notice. Go back to settings, card view, and then that other setting is screen pinning. So you actually have a shortcut to screen pinning in case you want to, this is a Lollipop feature by the way, in case you want to pin an app right here to your screen. So no thanks. So that is another Lollipop feature. Other than that, not a lot going on. A lot of this stuff, again, is just Sense 6 stuff. You know, the app drawer is still vertical scrolling and sort of odd. It only goes one page at a time. You noticed Boom Sound was still in there. So that is mostly it. Folders, all that good stuff. So again, it's Sense 6 and it's Lollipop, but it's still Sense 6. So before we see the big material overhaul, this is what you're looking at. So it still looks nice. You know, Sense has always been one of the better looking skins out there, but it's now got Lollipop, so it should just be better overall, polished up, some added new features and things like that. So if you guys want us to check anything else out in terms of Lollipop and Sense 6, we can do that. Let us know. Otherwise, we're Droid Life. Peace.